Alright guys and gals, let's build Durrr Burger by LEGO Fortnite. This is set number 77070. Contains 193 pieces, retails for $14.99, and the set was provided by the LEGO Group for early review, so thank you LEGO. And yes, it's a hamburger that's sticking its bacon bits at us, or its tongue, or whatever that is. And that's essentially what it is. No stickers, and we got two paper bags full of fun and adventure. Well, there's not really much to show you, so let's build it. We're going to start with bag one. And this shouldn't take too long to put together. So we're going to see what's in here. Alright, we got to see what time it is here. Oh, it's only... and today is the 4th of September 2024. So I managed to go through some more builds and figure out what I want to sell next on Rebrickable. And I had a nice comment today. Somebody said that my builds are high quality, my manuals are well laid out, and stuff is price affordable. I like seeing that. Of course, because I have to build from the same building guides as you do. It's all about preserving this stuff so I can understand it later on. So, yeah. Ooh. Never seen this piece in that color before. Oh, I got an idea for that with that color right now. And this one looks like a very bright, colorful build. So we're just going to get onto this one real quick. I got a couple more larger sets that I want to get done, but I want to finish up some of the smaller builds first and move on to more of the bigger builds. These are going to be my fallbacks in case I don't get everything done. Oh, this one didn't come with the brick separator. Uh-oh. This one's going to get dinged already, and I just noticed that too. Pull out the yellow orangey stuff. Now Fortnite, I played the Lego version of it. It's pretty much fun for the most part, except you have to pay a lot of money for the DLCs, and you know, it's kind of the only bummer with that game. I wish Lego Fortnite would sell the game just alone with everything there with a free roaming, so I can import my own models into it, and be kind of cool to walk through my own houses and stuff. Why has anybody ever come up with a piece of software like that is beyond me. I may have to write one up, make a plugin for studs so I can walk through my own builds. Everybody remembers Lego Worlds. I used to use it for that. And they used to have a mod where you can plug in your own models, but there was no snot methods in that for its time. And it didn't quite work out very well. So it looks like bag one just does the frames so far, but I can't really tell. This one doesn't have any minifigures. You'd think they would have at least included one figure with this, but they didn't. Okay, we got to build two of those. And I haven't really been working on the Michael Myers house. I'm setting up everything right now. I'm shadow filing up some videos so I can start editing them. And then while I'm editing those files, I am going to work on the Michael Myers house and get that last bit done. So I'm halfway through booklet number 2. So I'm going to say I'm probably about 80% done with the whole project. And pretty soon that will be for sale. Matter of fact, I was going through the Michael Myers house. I thought, man, I really want to rebuild this again. You look at your own builds thinking, I want to put this back together. Well, now I can do that. And you can too eventually. Yes, those are upside down. So I must be going to be doing some snot on this. Snot stands for studs not on top. Okay. That. I really don't use orange other than for pumpkins, but maybe somebody can come up and use these for something cool. I'll give you what it looks like right there. So I don't think it really matters which way this goes, but you got to put it on here like this. Because even I would be confused. See how they do that? I've been doing this a lot here in my building guides. Because sometimes you got to look at it straight up. I don't want to have to try to decipher what I did. I want to build, not have to play the decipher game. And I know I don't want my fans, maybe I should say that, I don't know. Customers, fans. Anybody who buys my stuff, I don't want them to just look at it and go, oh, I'm trying to figure out what Jay's doing here. What is he trying to tell us? The customer. Yeah, I still have not even had a consignment gig yet. Someday maybe I will. You know, I was looking for these. I'll show you here when I get it on. This would be easier to show you. These in that specific green. That's like the bright, vibrant green. And yeah, I didn't have them. But now I have them for a project. In fact, I think that project is still in limbo right now. So maybe, just maybe, I have that part. I can use that now. Okay, this goes. Wait. Oh. Okay. That's kind of clever. Look at that. They use those slopes in there, and it kind of puts everything 45 degrees. Well, that's kind of clever. That's really cool. I like that. All right. I like these short, small builds. They're fun, they're entertaining, and I don't have to sit and think. I've already done enough of that today. That and dealing with drama. So what am I doing? Hiding back here in my workshop. All right. I should make everybody mad and just do it like this so you can't see everything. Okay. Got to make 2 of these. Getting kind of hungry right now. I'm going to have to have me some lunch. And of course, went to Subway and they messed up on our orders. Well, messed up on mine anyways. And well, those guys are making 20 bucks an hour. And you know, the more expensive food's getting, the more I complain. So I'm like, well, if they can't make a sandwich right, they need to be fired, you know. I mean, that sounds kind of brutal, but like seriously. What I call a professional wage. I mean, I forgot to put those pieces on the top. Well, let's put them up there now. But I'll save those rants for a completely different thing. But I get tired every time I go through the fast food. They always mess up on something. And I don't know. If I did that with software engineering, boy, somebody gets a program and they don't like it, they're paying the money, they have to complain. That's how it is. That's why I try to do what the client wants. And if I'm not sure, I ask the client the same question again. Is this how you want this done? Okay. 'Cause sometimes even I could be wrong. Alrighty. Looks like we're building the same thing again, just backwards. Dragging out the build I see, huh? I think this one's just kind of It's the same thing, but without the tongue part to it. Yeah, it's been in the hundreds today, and I'm kind of tired of it. I'm tired of it being so hot. I want to go outside and go for a jog, not just be cooped up inside. I've been cooped up more inside than I've been outside, and I'm an outdoors person. And now with the mosquitoes, with the West Nile and the Triple E, I'm kind of like, yeah, that's more stuff to keep me inside. I don't know. There we go. Oh. Yeah, so for the most part, though, this set has a lot of bright, vibrant color. Look how vibrant these are. It's very bright and vibrant. This thing is still kind of... I guess this is to rattle and annoy the kids, huh? But I don't think it's going to do much anymore if I put this on top. Does it? Nope. All right. I like bright, colorful builds. You know, even with the stuff I build, I kind of build more realistic looking stuff. But for me personally, I like the bright, vibrant colors. It's Lego, right? We're supposed to have bright, vibrant colors. Now, I build my campers with realistic, but I try to incorporate a little bit of everything because, well, that doesn't fit in there. That doesn't even look like it would work at all. That one will. There we go. That's what it looks like on top. So when I do the review on this one, this is pretty small, so it'll just be like, okay, here it is. Okay, we're done. So this one's going to be real quick. This is a nice little fun summer build right here. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? The spicy burger. When you go into the Frostlands, I always grab a bunch of those. Take forever to make, so I make them before I know I'm going to go. Like, I'll just start hoarding up items and start making spicy burgers. And then I'll go into those frozen caves and just start chowing down on those. Now, I don't like cheeseburgers, just for a fun thought there. I just don't care much for them. I just don't like melted cheese all that much. And a lot of places only sell cheeseburgers. And that's it. So why do we have an extra 2x2? Did I forget that piece on the back? Yes, I did. So this goes back here. Okay. And you notice I checked my work. You need to do that because sometimes you can really mess up. So it's easier to mess up right now than it is when you get it all done. And that's what we have remaining for bag 1. Now we're going to finish up with bag 2. It says it's a quick build. Let's see what kind of parts we got in there. Oh, okay. Any more things that are stuck in there? All right. If you want to make an orange, there you go. I've seen these plain doors, but never in that color. Must be the remainder of the tongue. This bag looks like it's got some medium pieces. The small, this one's got really small stuff. I can use those. Those would be good for making columns and stuff. Okay, so this is obviously not going to be a collaborative build because bag 2 just continues on with the main model, so it's not something that we can share with a friend, unfortunately. Or one person could put something together and the other person can finish it up. We don't have that, unfortunately. So we got to make 2 of these. And essentially, for those who are watching these, probably never knew I did this stuff. These are just videos to show what the build progress is and to see if this is something that you may enjoy building and putting together. Or if you're stuck, and sometimes I do make mistakes in these and I have to correct them later, I'll show you how to problem solve that too. There's a lot of problem solving in building sets, believe it or not. It's mostly just paying attention and following the guide, but sometimes that's just not enough. We'll stick these right in the main model. Okay. And then now we got to make two of these. These go in the back. Okay, they go like this. Okay. Yeah, a couple weeks or less than 2 weeks I'll be going out of town. Relaxing and doing nothing. I don't know what I'm going to do, but there's already kind of drama surrounding it, and I'm thinking, well, if it gets canceled, that's it. I will be working for the remainder of the year, and that will be the end of that. I don't want to hear anybody crying over it, because I got things to do regardless. Boy, do I have things to do. Okay. So that's how they did the tongue there. So this, let me see here, take that out. Oh, okay, that's why they used the rounded pieces, because it's got an offset of half a plate. So they had that filled in real nice. Okay, that's cool. Now we're doing the top part of the bun, so let's get going on that right there. Oh yes, these round plates, these are really handy. Especially the ones with the hollow studs. They're very handy. So you need these. This set's got a few of them for you. Okay. My files are done, so now I got to wait for, well, let me get this done here. I got one more set I'd like to unbox that's related to this theme, and then once I do the intro and the unboxing, then I'm going to just start working on editing another portion of this set, and then I'm going to work on my Michael Myers house. Okay, and then that is what we'll be doing. And we got to make one of these. Oh, well, if you don't like Technic, uh-oh. Here you go. Jay, I don't like Technic. I don't either. Well, we got to do it. See that? Got that done. We survived that. Okay, a couple of headlight bricks. I mean, angular bricks, but we call them headlight bricks as we usually see these on cars. They've had these back when I was a little boy, back in the 70s and 80s, so they pretty much haven't changed those one bit. So it's kind of cool to see these parts still being used today. There we go. And then after that, okay, I've never seen these in pearl gold before, so that's kind of unusual. And they're using these in here, and they're slightly tilted up. Haven't seen these in that tan color. Yeah, it's nice to get good comments, even if it's constructive criticism on my work. it's nice to get input. That's why I always try to encourage everybody to comment, unless you just don't have nothing to say, you know. But if there's something you want to know or want me to share, I can always do. I try to do it anyways. All right, and this goes in here like that. Okay. Ooh, I don't like the way that just kind of wobbled around. This thing was really robust, and now it's kind of just brittle and falling apart. And that's how it's supposed to be. I mean, if yours looks like that, then you did it right. No. Now we got to tack these in here. And I have a feeling that plate's going to go right on top, that round 4x4. Because these are only held in right now with one stud, so don't sneeze. Okay, we won't see that hole at the top. That'll be patched in. I don't like sets that are just kind of brittle like this. So these are studs are supposed to go in these tubes. There we go. So it's like that. Okay. These must be the spots for the eyes, which some of these probably have prints on them. No? Well, obviously we got the sprinkles on the top, so I think this one goes here. And you just got to skip every stud around the radius of this here, like that. Let's see if I can get it on there, huh? There we go. And then we stick these in here. Must be the stuff that connects the eye to the brain of the burger. Maybe this is a flying saucer. Let's see what that is. Oh, you know what this reminds me of? Remember that old movie back from the 80s? I think it was the 80s. Batteries Not Included. These people lived in an apartment building that was about to get demolished, and these little saucers came down and knew how to repair things. That's what that reminds me of. If you ever watch that movie, it's a good movie to watch. It's good for its time anyways. And there's a couple of these things that would repair things and put it back together when you break it. That's what this reminds me of. Just give it some legs and you're ready to go. And that's it. And you put this weird thing on top, so it just goes right there. Just sits on there. What is that for? You just place it on so it could fall apart. Of course, we're not done yet, and we got a shaft here. So oh, well, now that explains it. We got to stick this in here. You know how they usually give you the little steak or the little toothpick that goes in your burger? That's what that's for. Boy, I heard that. Oh, it went all the way through the bottom too. Oh, now it doesn't spin as easy. It just does that. It looks yummy, doesn't it? Take that. If we were to take this goofy thing off right here, this would work good. And get this to maybe even get this tan, even medium nougat. That would be a good thing to stick on top of a sign for a fast food restaurant or something. Yeah. I mean, I'm just coming up with some goofy ideas, but this could be used for that too. No, don't you roll off. And then we put the stud on the top. I've been seeing more hollow studs than anything else. Alright. So you put these here. Yeah, but about my building guides, if I'm not sure of the build or I just think it's kind of weird and it's going to fall apart, I won't sell it. I've had some ask me about furniture. Why don't I include the furniture in some of my houses? Because I don't want to sell you furniture packs that are, in other words, just, I'm not taking a 2x8 and wrapping it with a bunch of 1x2s and calling it a sofa and say, there you go. Alrighty, so this goes up here. I'm sweating like a hog right now. Am I forgetting something? Because that seems kind of flimsy. Yeah, I mean, this would just come right off. You think they'd have that in there or something to make that sturdy. And that's it. He just sits there. And anything else to show in the back here? I can't show this. Hasn't been released yet. Alright. So, this is what we have remaining. Now, setting up. We're done. Alright, I got to readjust the camera for this one here, but it is what it is. It's just the Durrr Burger. Just a hamburger with pepper on the top. And let's see here. Make sure I get him in all his glory. Okay. Because when I do the tour, I'm just going to brace through it. And this one's going to get dinged, 9.6. Why the 0.4? Guess what we're missing? A brick separator. It's a nice, sturdy, robust, well, I'd say maybe a 9.5 because they could have put something in there. For the most part, it's not a bad build. It looks good, doesn't it? It looks yummy. This part here looks like a normal cheeseburger with a tomato on the top. But for the most part, you know, maybe, I don't know, I don't think you can play with this. This is more just like a shelf queen, a dust collector than anything else. Well, let's do the formal tour. Here is Durrr Burger. And that's essentially what it is. It's a hamburger. It's like he's got the typical ground beef, cheese, and a tomato with a tongue sticking out of it. And, of course, we got a pepper on top. And that's essentially what he is on the back. Looks more like a regular cheeseburger than anything else. In fact, just looking at this is making me hungry except for this. Maybe it's supposed to be a slab of bacon hanging off the side. We don't know, but I've never seen these in the deserts of Fortnite. It shows a desert on the box, but that's essentially what he is. And yeah. Well, let's jump in the review with play value, and I really don't see a whole lot of play value with this. To be honest, it looks like it's just more of a shelf queen than anything else. And yeah, you could do this. You could pretend he's a flying saucer to fly around and fix things. For those who are watching the build, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But for the most part, he just sits there and looks good. Build quality seems about average with the set. This part's built pretty well. When I was assembling the top portion of the bun, it just felt kind of flaky, and then the pepper on the top, it's not even really hold on there very well. So you think they would have had another shaft or something running through here. Sadly, there is not. I wish this would have been thought out a bit better. This is the only fragile part of the build. So not too bad. Build experience was pretty good too. It kept my interest throughout the build. It's got bright, vibrant colors. If you're looking for a nice spring, summer, fall build, here you go. He's nice, bright, and colorful. So even he can agree with you too. You know, if he can only do this. But for the most part, it's a very highly engaging build, especially for an adult such as myself. I'm not really into Fortnite. I'm more into the LEGO Fortnite and building stuff. I've really seen this, but this is attracting my attention. Now, despite of what this is, you could possibly put this on a post and use it to display in your LEGO city. I mean, you could use it like that to use for your fast food restaurant. Set also does come with a nice selection of parts to make a plain burger or make anything you want. Or you can use pieces from your own collection to enhance this build. So the most part, it's got a nice selection of bricks for what it is. Finally, this set is a solo build. I was hoping this to be a collaborative build, but sadly, only one person or one person alone can put this together. So if you have a group of 2 or more, one would have to put it together where everybody just watches, so it's not really fun for a collaborative or a group building. And there's no brick separator provided with this set. I think it's due to the piece count. A lot of the pieces are more on the medium side, maybe a few large pieces, but trying to get these plates apart and separate are going to be a bit of a challenge. So I kind of wish there was a brick separator. My score is going to be a 9.5 out of 10, mainly dinging off for the brick separator and for this kind of flaking off. I can see this getting whacked off and getting lost somewhere. If this had a shaft running down to about here, I think it'd be stronger, but it is what it is. It's not a bad build nonetheless. And for myself, it's nice. Do I think it's worth $14.99? Yeah, it's got a good decent amount of parts. I'd say yes. This is not a bad build. So if you're into the LEGO Fortnite theme, this is a nice display piece, but nothing more. It's not really meant to be played with. Tell me what you think.